So I always described myself as a very below average swimmer. Sometimes I even classified myself as a person who sinks like a rock. And what I've recently realized is these things we say to ourselves, whether they be jokes or if there's some sort of truth to them, actually hold so much weight. So in this video, I want to talk about that because I think a lot of people do this purposefully or subconsciously, and I want everyone to be aware of the detriment it does in our lives and how we can overcome that. So, 3 weeks ago, as I've talked about, I made the decision to do an Ironman. Fully transparent, I saw a whole bunch of videos online. I was like, yo, that looks freaking sick. I want to do it. The problem is, for those of you who don't know, in an Ironman, there is a 2.4-mile swim that you have to do. When I first jumped in the pool, I couldn't even swim 10 meters with my head underwater trying to breathe. Sure, I could doggy paddle my way across and I could easily get there, but with proper technique and to actually make the cutoff time, you need better form. And I could not do that. Worth crap. And I started thinking, like, today, when I went swimming, I was able to get 800 meters. Of course, there were breaks in there after every 25 to 50 meters, but I still went much further than I ever could have gone 2 weeks ago. And it made me realize, like, man, how easy would it have been for me just to accept the fact that, you know what, I'm not a very good swimmer. I sink like a rock. And never jump in the pool. And then you know what? I would have never developed that skill. I would have never understood that, oh, you know what? Sometimes these things that we label ourselves that we we can do with enough practice. And it just made me get vulnerable and actually be a beginner at something again. We're so scared, and I think it's our egos. We're so scared to become beginners at stuff again. We get in this little bubble of stuff we're comfortable in. A lot of us are comfortable going to the gym and working out, comfortable at our jobs, comfortable in our routine. That we never branch out and experience different things, try new things, because we like stroking our ego and saying, oh no, I'm good at all this stuff I do. Oh yeah, come with me to the gym. I'm very competent in the gym. But the moment someone tells us to do something outside of our comfort zone, we deny it. We make excuses. Oh no, I'm not good at that. Oh no, thank you, I don't want to do that. But I think there's something so powerful about being a beginner again. It gets you into a different headspace. It gets you into a different mindset. And you know what? It's exciting. It's exciting going out and trying something new, doing something you're not good at, and seeing that progress again. Getting those quote unquote beginner gains again. You learn so much so fast. Your technique improves so much so fast. And it's just kind of awesome. And there's so many different things in life that we could do this in. The only thing stopping us is our own minds and this image we have created of ourselves that is holding us back. I often talk about our current version of ourselves versus the best version of ourselves. Our current version of ourselves, I like to think of it as an anchor that is preventing us from becoming the best version of ourselves. You have to physically pick up that anchor, and it sucks, it's heavy, it's hard. It's the things you don't want to do. Those things are what get you closer to becoming the person you want to become. You will never be them staying in your own little bubble, staying comfortable. You have to take risks, you have to get uncomfortable, and day by day, as you do that more and more, get more and more uncomfortable, you will then become the version of yourself you want to become. So those of you who are watching this, I want you to think back over the past couple months, years, whatever it may be. Think about the stuff that either you have told yourself or other people have told you about yourself that you have accepted. Think about what it could be. What is that thing that people are like, oh, John, he's not very good at that. Or within yourself, you start accepting that. Oh yeah, I'm not very good at that. I'm not a very good pickleball player. I'm not very athletic. Think about what that thing is and say, you know what? Why can't I become that person? Sure, you might not be a world champion. I'm not going to be a world champion swimmer anytime soon. In fact, I don't want that. But doing stuff that makes you uncomfortable and making steps towards that, that is what we are chasing. So figure out what that is for you, what makes you nervous, what makes you uncomfortable, and go chase it. And I promise you, that version of yourself that you're dreaming of in the future, these steps you take today are going to get you there, guaranteed. Now, for those of you who are wanting a little bit of help becoming that best version of yourself, I'm helping a ton of people do the exact same. In my community Elevate, there's a free version, there's a paid version. Honestly, I don't care which one you join, but links down below if you'd like to check it out. Join up regardless. It's a super fun community. I'm in there pretty much every day, so I would love to see you there. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, push yourself, become the person you want to become, and let's do it together. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.